Hi. Can I say something a little bit cheeky? I don't ever remember agreeing to that once I reached a certain age that I become invisible, or I was supposed to quietly disappear. What do you think? Has that ever crossed your mind? Or is it just me that's noticed that? Take a seat, have a relax, and join me at the kitchen table. Instead of tea, I've got water today. It's quite hot. But you pop the kettle on, or just have a nice cool drink. As I said, I think that somewhere along the line there seems to be this unspoken idea that we meant just to tone it down, to disappear, to blend in, or stay in our lane. Stop making an effort. And it's as if, oh well, you've had your turn. Yeah, and now we're just observing. Yeah, that's how I see it. What? Okay, so I'm in my 60s, and if I'm honest, I don't feel like I look the way that my mum did when she was in her mid-60s. Do you feel different to how your mum did back then? You know, you look at old photographs and you think, oh, they look... And when I say that, I don't mean for better or for worse, but just different. We're living longer now, and I think we're seeing a lot more, doing more. You know, we tend to think differently, very differently, and I think there's still a bit, well, not just still a little bit, but I think there's still zest in us, and curiosity, and life. There's still life in the old dog, and that maybe the earlier generation didn't always get the chance to hold on to that. Thinking back about my mum, no, I mean, she never looked her age as such, but when I look at photos, I think, yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? And yet, there's still that quiet pressure. The quiet pressure to just blend in. Have you ever felt that? Or is it something that you've never thought about? What comes across your mind? You know, not to stand out too much, not to draw attention. Well, just to become part of the background, just to blend in. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't sit quite right with me. No, it doesn't at all. doesn't fit well with me, because getting older, well, it doesn't mean becoming invisible. It doesn't mean taking a step back. It just means you get to decide how you show up now. That's a good way of looking at it. You get to decide now. Do things in your time, on your terms. You know, I still like to look nice. Not in a trying to be 25 again sort of way. Oh, that boat sailed. And it's not one that I'm going to be trying to catch up with. Yeah, I waved that away years ago. But, you know, I still feel like myself, sort of way. You know, hey, you still think you're all popular in your 20s, 30s. Yeah, like to put a bit of lipstick on, something that feels right. Your hair, do your makeup. And that moment, you know, when you catch a reflection and you think to yourself, there you are. Yeah. There I am. So no. I'm not blending in just for the sake of it. Nope. I'm not fading into the background. No. How about you? I'm just choosing what feels like me now, at this moment. I'm thinking a little more, deliberately thinking a little more. I'm more comfortable. Yeah, I feel better in my skin. And maybe more joyful. You know, I would be interested to know what you think, how you see it. Comment below and let me know. I'd like to see, I'd like to read what you all say. We're not disappearing here. No. We are just learning how to take up space. How to take it up in our own way. And when you think about it, we get to this age now where we've worked and it's our time and we can do what we like in our free time. So thank you again for joining me today at the kitchen table. I look forward to seeing you next time.